That's about what this show's about. Sports Goombahs. Cashy the King. I got South Philly Billy. B-Zim is here. And introducing for the first time on the air,
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank's here. Frank the Tank.
Opie.
That's used. That's used. That's used. This is the Sports Goombahs, and we are technically defunct.
Challenge.
Definitely technically challenged. We got a little echo coming out of here from somewhere. Who knows where, but it doesn't really matter right now. We're on the air. We're live from the 515 studio. And this is the Eagles Super Bowl show. Come to you live from the 515 somewhere buried deep outside, very popular, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. What do you got?
Got the dogs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You got Zim, Zim, the B-Zim here. He's
you
the
feel it.
Yeah. You know, I got to tell you outright. You know, all week long you listen to these shows. You know, these sports shows all week talk about Philadelphia now. And in the past, this town's been nothing but stunk to everybody. It stinks to everybody. You know, but thank God, what I haven't heard since this all went down, since they won that championship game a couple weeks ago, I haven't heard anybody say anything about Santa Claus. If they did, I missed it. Santa Claus.
No, they're talking about the horse getting punched.
Yeah,
that's the new thing.
Yeah, sure. Horse getting punched, but no Santa Claus, no booing Santa throwing. I mean, all those wannabe sports guys who finally come out of their holes on a situation like this with the Super Bowl, they don't know what else to say. So when they do interviews, they talk about Philly sports fans. But I think it's funny how the Eagles have become America's team for the past couple of weeks because the evil empire, New England Patriots, who everybody can't stand anymore because they win so much. But it's funny how, the majority of the country hates this town as a sports town, because quite frankly, I think there's not a smarter sports fan than the Philadelphia fan. At any sports
a lot of people are jealous of that.
Yeah. We don't win a whole lot, but we know what's going on.
The passion's there.
Yeah,
we're in the trenches.
That's right.
Blue collar town.
Get more passion. And this city deserves, because we don't win very often. So a parade here is a big deal. But it's funny how when the world needs something, the United States needs somebody to step up. Because last time you remember that everybody wanted Philadelphia is when the Russians came here in '76, and everybody hated the Broad Street Bullies.
Yeah. Not that day.
Not that day. That day they wanted Philadelphia. They wanted our style, and here we are again. They hated New England Patriots, the evil empire, and who's stepping up to the plate again this year? And everybody loves Philadelphia until we punch the first person who's wearing a New England Patriot jersey in the stands. Listen, when you come to Philadelphia, when you come to the Link, you don't wear Dallas Cowboy jersey. No. Okay? When you come to Wells Fargo, you don't wear a New York Ranger jersey.
No.
You come to the Citizens Bank Park, you don't wear a Met jersey.
Right.
When you come to a Sixer game, you don't wear. I don't think it would matter. Sixer game.
Let's go with the Knicks.
I never heard anybody getting their ass kicked at a Sixer game because they were wearing something different. But that could change in the future. Who knows? But at this point right now, to listen to NBC, ABC, all the sports, it's just gloating over Philadelphia right now because it's story. It's a new flavor. It's a new flavor. Not Tom Brady. How much Tom Brady can you talk about? He lives in a superstar mansion. He bangs a superstar wife. He's got great kids. He's got everything. Still looks like he's 35 years old.
Yeah, it's our time, though. It's our time.
That's what the speech has to be.
Absolutely.
He has to go to that speech that they used in the 1980 Olympics that the coach, what was his name, used?
Herb Brooks.
Herb Brooks said it. It's your time. Their time is done. They're over.
I will say I read Brett Favre is going to address the team prior to the game and give a speech.
Brett Favre.
Yes, sir.
We used to hate Brett Favre.
That's okay. Peterson played with him, and they're still good friends. And I read that, and he's gonna address the team prior to the game.
Wear the armor wall stuff that he wears with that gold plate.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Yeah. So I mean, I love the hype in the town right now. It's all over the place. The conversations outright.
Calm. It's a calm town right now.
Yeah.
We feel a little confident, I think.
We waited a long
time. So I've never seen this kind of confidence.
Had it.
Yeah.
Never.
2005, is that the last?
The 2005 Super Bowl was kind of, I don't know, it was Andy Reid. They were Andy Reid type of atmosphere.
Yeah, but did you get the feeling that New England knew what we were going to do before we did it?
They did know. They cheated like they always cheat. But you got to cheat to win.
Unbelievable. Right?
I think we were edgy in the Super Bowl in 04, well, 05, the Super Bowl. Because I think it was because we lost 3 straight NFC championship games.
Yeah.
Of course we're on edge.
Right.
we had a lot of disappointment.
Also, it was that team wasn't. This is a likable football team. Okay, that team back there was too uptight. You know, I mean, I love Brian Dawkins, but he was an uptight guy. Everybody was like, no one was loose. When you talk to this Eagle team now and you see them on TV, it's like they're all loose. And I think they're allowed to be loose because the coach allows them to be that way because, you know, to me, I can't apologize to Dougie Pete more than I have already at this point. But to know how he treats his players, like they're doing, it's like there's no tension in that locker room. And I don't see anybody in that locker room not liking each other. They're hanging, you know what I mean? And that makes a big difference.
I think Nick Foles, at the first 2 games coming back, he's
Nicky
proven
Montana.
He can do this. He can do this. And the team.
Look at this thing. You see this
together.
thing? This is called a busy bone. Rottweilers eat these things. Take them 15, 20 minutes. I'm giving Vic the Yorkie, the 10-pound Yorkie right here, who rips through stuff like this in 3.5 minutes. If she gets through this in 3 minutes, that's it. We're done.
Does it every week.
But this is different, Bill. Look at the size of this thing, man.
The size of something.
Look at that thing. Look at that. Look, it's a piece of wood,
oh
man.
my God! You're gonna try and choke
Look
that dog.
She's salivating down it, but she's been gnawing on my knee for 20 minutes already to start the show. She loves the Eagles, man. She knows a lot of food goes on when the Eagle games here.
They're changing restaurant names in Philly, man.
Yeah. There she goes.
What's going on?
Yeah. The euphoria. I mean, it won't be no parade here if they win this thing. It's just going to be outright mayhem.
No, bedlam.
Outright mayhem. They're going to forget about putting that Crisco sauce on the polls.
They think they said they got a new invention now for the polls. They're not going with Crisco, but they're not releasing what it is. The police said.
Crisco got a little expensive.
Yeah, of course.
Yo, it's funny. He's listening to the national media talk about the Crisco oil on it. They're like, what? Like even the players like, what did they put on that? They can't.
I think it's genius.
Yeah.
Mayor of Minnesota made a joke about it too.
And Gary Kersey's
the mayor of Minnesota.
Dude,
you just said it all.
I don't want the destruction going on.
I'm going.
You know that. I'm going to the parade.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know if there'll be a parade.
No doubt.
It'll just be a gathering, man. How are they going to have a parade for this one? Just have to gather down at the sports complex.
It'll go right down Broad Street.
Right down Broad.
Phillies, man.
It's a different type of fan, an Eagle fan, than it is a Philly fan or a Sixer or a Flyer fan. It's like a generation of BS, man. These people are nuts.
You don't want to start breaking shit, and that's when I leave. You start robbing people, breaking in stores.
I don't know if that stuff in the last few cities to win this thing. I don't think we saw a whole lot of that anymore. I think that's become I think the penalty's too hard anymore.
We smack horses and shit.
Smack a horse.
Punch a horse in the mouth.
Hey,
what happened over there,
What an idiot.
That's the second time it happened.
Really?
Yes.
Where'd this happen at?
I do know down when you're tailgating and you have the state troopers are roaming the lots on horseback.
Right.
I mean, it's happened twice. It happened back in October, and then obviously it just happened over the NFC Championship game, which was the loudest I've ever heard that stadium. In all the years,
you hear that on TV. How loud
it was the loudest I've ever heard that stadium, without a doubt. Not even close.
You go down there almost every week, though.
Yeah. You could hear a pin drop when they went down the field and scored the touchdown.
Yeah, right.
But when we came,
that pick was
that pick, and that was
the loudest. Even the announcers, like you can't even hear them.
You couldn't hear anything after that.
Yeah, one of the best games I ever saw.
Without a doubt.
I mean, a total takeover after the first drive that was. Now to get that out of Nicky Montana again this time is going to be rough. I mean, here's the thing with Falls. He did, the Falcon game was rough. Okay. And, then he comes back. It's like every other game, this guy, he gets it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
During the season when he's jumped in, the same thing happened. But what you do know is that the tight ends won't be a factor in this game because Belichick's going to take them out of
play. Yeah, I believe he'll take them
they're going to have to go to the out. They have wide receivers in this one. That's going to be, Aguilar, I can't believe the season he has because I didn't realize it, but when you watch the highlights of the Eagles season, everything goes to him downfield.
Yes.
I realize how many great plays he made this year.
Yes, he did.
They were hidden.
Really had a good season.
They're looking at Wentz and the way he plays, and you forget the guy get downfield catching these balls.
It looks like they've been hiding him for the last
2 years.
Well, no, I mean for the last 6 weeks.
I think it's because Wentz isn't in, and he's such a playmaker, and he's like Houdini when he's out there.
Right.
Aguilar's that kind of receiver.
Right.
He's smaller, he's quick. He can get in behind the zone and disappear when he's coming out of the pocket or scrambling a little bit, and that's where he has some big games.
I think he got destroyed in that Chip Kelly offense. That's what hit him that year, man. That killed him that year. And then to come back to where he is now, playing regular wide receivers, you know. But, you know, once again, the only thing that scares me about the Patriots, no, it scares me, is Belichick himself, his ability to work, to pick out the weaknesses of another team, which this team doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses to it. I can't really pick out one right now. What's the weakness of the Eagles? The field goal kicker from 20 in? That's about it, right?
I think it's going to boil down to the offense and defensive line.
Yeah, well,
we beat them.
Usually
right
that's what happens.
We should dominate in the trenches.
Well, we will dominate is in the stands too. That's its key too. The stadium's going to be an Eagle Stadium. It's already an Eagle town down, and that seems to make a little bit of a difference.
Sure. Players
say it do. That's for sure. I mean, you kind of think it doesn't as a fan looking in. Oh, we got a visitor. We got a guest star. Mr. Rich Ryan. Oh, he's got two guys coming in there.
Oh my God!
Yeah, this way. Oh, this way.
Fill in the back.
Rich.
What's up, guys?
My man Rich here now. He's got vested interest in this one, huh?
Hey,
that was what he did.
What's
going on, bud?
How are you?
What's going on?
How you doing?
You guys
Smart
coming
guy.
here to eat or something? What's going on?
What's this?
A lot of food here, man.
Here right now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh,
right
pepperoni. That's good.
Yeah.
We're gonna save up. We're gonna
Beach
save up for
pies.
Sunday. Then I'm gonna put on like 20 pounds.
Yeah, easy.
I'm sure you are.
I ordered a ton of food from the deli. We're 6
God.
people. I ordered food for 20.
He's out of his mind. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
He's not excited. My little
I
Rich.
was telling Dave I never had.
Rich here get a little vacation coming for him with a nice Eagle win
It's
here.
more like a fridge and dishwasher.
Fridge and
maybe.
dishwasher. I got another friend who flew to Vegas today. He wagered on the Eagles at he was 400 to 1 when it came out. 400 to 1 when it first came out. Put $100 in, $100 to win 4,000. He's winning 40,000 if he hits. So whatever the odds were, that's what he flew to get it. He's not going to wait. He flew to Vegas today. He's going to be there for a couple of days.
To collect,
he's going to go. He's got the hotel. He got a hotel room right next, right where he's getting. He plans on going down. I think it was 400 to 1 for them to win the Super Bowl.
Like such a smart bet, though.
Oh, if you're a fan like you know. Oh, I can say you should put a couple grand on it instead of a couple hundred. Makes a difference. Yeah. It's the biggest crowd I ever had in the studio in my career.
You might have to take the wall down, Jay.
I can get more seats.
What's the spread on the game?
It's down to 4.5 now.
Yeah, 4.5.
We just put them in for 4.
For 4.
It'll be 3.5.
Yeah, it has to be. There's too much money on the Eagle side. Way too much.
A couple big bets really
Vegas,
turned
Vegas
it.
got to move this thing. Somebody's got to walk in there with a bag and change it around. It might be down to 3.5. Got 2 days to go. Could be.
I'd take the points.
Yeah. You got to.
I think the Eagles are good.
Don't wait to bet against Brady at any time. But,
I think so. I think they're going to get a lot of pressure on him.
What's the guy who put $1 million on it at 180 or 170?
He wins a yacht. A big yacht.
What's that win on?
1.7 million.
Never lives.
You bet the money line?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.7 million.
To collect.
That's that guy, Better X. He won all the money on the World Series.
Right.
Yeah.
He moves the money around.
Yes, he does.
10 million, wasn't it? 10 million this time.
Well, that was another guy, but the guy that they know as Better X is what they call him.
He's the one who runs all the internet bot stuff.
Yeah.
He's moving stuff around so the lines change. This is the guy that goes in and out and does that. You know, so
that's cool.
I don't know. To me, I can't predict a game like this. It's the Hearts with the Eagles. It's the Patriots. I think that, like I said, I think the Patriots' time is over. I don't even know if they should be here. If it was a better AFC, they wouldn't be here. Pittsburgh had some money in the referees' pockets. They would be there instead of the Patriots. But that's the Patriots. That's what they're. But the money, the financial gain of the NFL is on the Eagles right now.
Sure.
For this team to be the new, a lot more money than that. Patriots. You see people wearing Patriots uniform. I mean, jerseys usually. You know what you see? You don't see Brady uniforms. I mean, Brady jerseys often, do you? Anybody from
there? They already bought them. They had all these years to buy them already.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, how many are going to buy?
Up there, the place is model.
Yeah.
Right. You know?
They got all these Super Bowls. They don't even really care about their football team. Let's tell the truth.
What, the city?
Yeah, they don't care. They're third on the list.
Red Sox.
They would give away all 5 of those Super Bowls for one championship for the Red Sox.
Yeah,
that's how much they care about their football team.
Even their basketball, I think, is
absolutely
more into the basketball.
Sure. They even have basketball?
That's what the Boston Celtics. That's why they called the New England Patriots, so they get more of the fandom up there because Boston couldn't support the whole thing.
That's right. They need
like
more
Minnesota too. They call
the
it the whole
tri-state
state.
area.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. So the whole because they're playing Boston doesn't mean you can't take on Pennsylvania Eagles.
Right.
Right now it's the United States Eagles as far as the media.
I don't like that. I'm Philly. Forget that.
Yeah, well, that's it.
They jump on a bandwagon. I don't need.
Before you guys came in, I was saying how everybody loves Philly now because we have to beat the evil empire Patriots just like we did in 1976 when we had to beat the Russians. Everybody loved us. Other than that, like I said, no one could stand this city. Everybody hates Philly.
We still got our enemies though for this game. The Dallas Cowboy fans aren't liking us right now.
That's it.
Yeah,
the Redskins fans aren't liking us.
Yeah, but you know what? The Redskin fans, the Giant fans, they hate the Patriots more
Yes,
than
they do.
hate us.
Yes, they do.
And the Giants, they own Brady, so they don't care.
As far as I'm concerned, the Giants fans are the only ones I would respect out of the entire division by far.
Yeah.
They're the only real fans other than us in our division.
They just had Strahan on TV the other day, and he's like, the Eagles won't make it in the playoffs, past the playoffs, and now he's saying we're going to win.
Well, a lot of people said that, because the Foles factor. Everybody thought Foles would fold. But you know we had Mickey Montana. Mickey M here, baby.
He wasn't even looking.
Yeah, you know what? The one he laid in there, the flea flicker, his head was cocked the other way. He put a perfect
A
pass.
little luck in the play.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have luck, man.
Luck.
Listen, let's look at the Edelman catch last year.
Yeah.
Every year the Patriots are either on or against an amazing pass in the Super Bowl. Every one of the Super Bowls had it, except the Eagles one. The only amazing thing happened there was McNabb puked. And that's what that was their Super Bowl. And that game really wasn't, the
I just
memorable
don't want to
catch.
see a lot of penalties called in this game. Let him play.
Well, here's the thing. Well, here's the
Hasn't been in the playoffs.
Well,
the Patriots have gotten some.
Unless the Patriots are playing.
Yeah, the Patriots have gotten some, pass interference calls that were questionable. A couple of them,
But as far as the amount of flags in the games, we at the NFC Championship, I thought it was the best football game. Not just because the Eagles won, yes, but the flow of the game. Every play last year, every big play, you're not looking to see the card now. You're looking to see if there's a flag, and there 80% of the time there's a flag and it gets called back, and you can't get excited.
The play that I want to make sure I don't want to see these illegal hits. That's what I don't want to see. For the most part.
I just don't want to see the cheap ticky-tack pass interference, holding
I
don't
think you'll see it.
I don't want to see it across the goal line and they don't call it a touchdown.
Right, that happens.
That bullshit.
Just let it play.
Catch the rebroadcast of this show after we're done here taping. We'll put it back up for everybody who left us because we're a half hour off.
Did you guys make your picks yet? Your official picks?
Yeah, we all want the Eagles.
Oh yeah, we're wearing the uniforms.
I just want 20. I had like 29-17 Eagles. I got 9-7 for a $400 block pool.
Ooh,
Which at the end of the game wins me 20 G's.
I'll take it. Go ahead. I'm rooting for you.
I actually think it's going to
9-7.
be a high-scoring game.
29-17. I'll take. I don't know how they get there to 29, but
29-17
or 9. I don't care if it's 39.
Like we did last week.
Oh, I just want the chaos, man. Bring on the chaos.
The chaos is right. It's coming right to your neighborhood.
Yep.
Hey, do you want to face Fletcher Cox? You want to
Yeah.
face that guy?
Yeah, with
He's
a
like
gun.
the best.
With a freaking gun up.
It's all pumped up. It's gotta be all pumped up.
They stop our line.
Yeah.
They're gonna win, man. They're gonna win.
We
The
get the
defense
Brady,
is gonna
we
blow
win the
them out.
game. Simple. It's
Yeah,
it's the simple. You can analyze this game to your blue in the face. It comes down to one thing: if the Eagles win, they have to get pressure on Brady.
You gotta hurt him.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's the only way we win.
That's the way it's done.
If he gets time and he has the timing routes, he can chew us up.
We got to get pressure up the middle, though. Outside pressure on Brady makes him step up in the pocket, and that's when he's really good if you don't get to him. So you want to try and get it straight up
Bring up to the middle.
the center. The tackle's got to get pressure.
It's tough to do that
Cox,
on
Jernigan.
a four-man rush the way they do it.
They have to.
Come right out. They're going to have to throw a couple blitzes in there, and they will. And Belichick's ready for it, and Peterson. Everybody knows what's going on here.
And if you get to him, you can rattle him. That's been proven.
Yeah.
New York Giants twice got to him, rattled him, couldn't score.
Yeah, well, and then there's the crazy pass.
Well, they still held them 17-1. I mean, they
listen, the
they did a
Patriots
very good
don't
job.
blow anody out in their Super Bowls, and
No.
most of them they were behind most of the time. So Patriots don't blow anybody out, actually. If you look at it, they might blow the Buffalo Bills out on any given Sunday. But other than that, they really don't take teams apart.
They're going to get blown out this Sunday.
In every Super Bowl game they played, they haven't scored any points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
You guys know that?
Yep. And I think the majority of them, they've been down at the halftime. So, but that just goes to show what they do. They go back in the locker room. They look at your defensive plays on their videos that they just took on the sidelines. You know, they grease up the referees, and they organize things.
They're just deadly in the second half. They're
because they adjust.
Yes, they do.
And coach, that's his biggest. He adjusts the situation. One thing Andy Reid couldn't do in his career here in those championship games was adjust to what the other team was doing in the second half.
He couldn't manage the clock either.
Yeah.
Jacksonville had him on the ropes.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah, well, they didn't keep going. They
couldn't last.
You go conservative on them, and that's what happens. So.
It's not the game that you're going to beat Brady, toe to toe. You got to beat him with the defense.
All right, so Eagles have the ball 4th and 1. Are they going for it? Are they going to play this game out like they played all season?
I think Peterson's intent
to do that now, right?
He says, that's what got him there.
But you also got to think of what you got to think of where they're at in the game, what the score is. I mean, there's too many factors. I think if it favors the Eagles, yes, he's absolutely going to go for it. But I think he could get, if they're protecting a lead, field position, you know what I mean? There's a lot to be determined.
Yeah, but not making the call.
But I think he will. What you're saying, I think you're saying is he going to keep the same play call that he has?
Are they going to play to win?
Yes.
Are they going to sit back?
You have to play to win.
You can't do that with Brady.
They know that.
He hasn't done that all year. Coach has been aggressive. Except for
Except
early in the year when he was going with those sideline passes that weren't going anywhere. I
think you'll see a couple new wrinkles like he had in the Atlanta game where who was it?
The handoff to Aguilar.
You haven't seen that play yet. Since that one run, he saw it around the back.
He's coming. I don't, whether it works or not, it's coming. You'll see it again.
And I like that. I like that he throws in that kind of stuff. And that's
the old Delaware wing tee. I haven't seen that since high school.
That's where it comes
from. That's the old wham.
Yes, Aguilar. What play do you like to run? Back in high school, I ran that little. I like that one because Aguilar. He likes to do that cut and spin now. That's his move, man. Stop, cut, and spin. 4 or 5 of his big plays this year where that gets at extra yards. Because he knows he don't want to get hit, so he does that spin out real quick.
Yeah, but if the Eagles can run the ball,
sure,
they should be able to run against the Patriots.
They should.
The deal.
They should, and they have to.
Yeah,
they have to
control the ball. Keep Brady off the field, man.
Absolutely.
That's it. Can't hurt you when he's on the bench.
That's
look
right.
Up at that like he always does. Sits there, look it up.
You got to keep him off.
Yeah.
As long as Ajayi can hold on to the football.
Well, he's one time. He's got one bad move. That was it.
But
I still think he carries the ball a little too easy out there. He carries it in his armpit, man.
Try to rip that thing out for sure.
Yeah.
No way that should get loose.
Yeah.
Can't turn the ball over. That's the number one key. Cannot turn the ball over.
That's Patriots.
Not in the Super Bowl.
That's how they do it, right?
That's right.
Brady's one. Not turning the ball over is 1A.
Got to get the fans hard here. They got to be noisy down there. They got to interrupt the counts. They can't let Brady go up to the line of scrimmage and start, Omaha on it. Oh, wait, that's the one guy.
Maybe Gronk will catch the ball.
Gronk's out, man. Gronk's still dizzy.
Yeah, he'll run the
what kills me about that play with Gronk? That the penalty, he got a penalty called on that play against him. But how come the player that he ran in the head first doesn't? Because the defensive player and the tight end hit each other. How come the offensive player doesn't get the flag? Why is it given? I don't understand that. They both took a head hit. He's put his head down. So
why did he get hurt too?
Well, not hurt. But I mean, why throw a flag there? Because
you're supposed to have the ability to stop going full speed at 100 miles an hour and move ahead.
Yeah, but what if Gronk stuck his head down too? It wasn't like he was defending himself as well. The defenseless player doesn't make any sense to me. I think next year they got to start reviewing them because a lot of those plays are changing games. And some aren't even head first hits. They just look like it because of the speed of the game.
And it is the speed of the game. And the guys move. The level changes so quickly at the last second. And the guy's already airborne. There's nothing he can do about it. It's very difficult.
And you got to teach guys how to tackle all over again because a guy knows he's got to learn how to maneuver his head before he gets 40 grand. Tacked onto him. What?
The instincts of the game.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to play out
You know?
Can't change something.
I don't remember players back when we were kids with the concussions making. I guess they didn't have enough cameras to show all the players wobbling around down there. Now we got a billion cameras. Players can't get away with, shaking their head and getting the cobwebs out.
Oh man, Johnny Unitas played with a concussion, broken ankle, broken elbow,
and no brain.
His
brain was going out of college. Just look at him. That says everything, right? Johnny Unitas. Yeah, well. Well, I'll tell you what. If Foles comes through here, he won't be buying dinners and drinks in this city for a long time.
Forever.
And he will replace Dick Vermeil on the billboard sign on I-95.
Him and Dougie P.
Yeah, Dougie P, right. They go into history together as the unbelievable.
That's right.
Because you know how on off, Super Bowls don't come around. And teams that go to the Super Bowl, and especially ones that don't win it, they're very rarely come back for another one for a while. Ones that do tend to make it back and forth a few times.
I'm not looking past this one. However, I am very excited for the next 7 to 10 years.
Yeah. Well, I want, I also want to, Wentz, I want to make sure this guy knows he's got to stay healthy. He just can't be being crazy.
And he will. As he grows and gets older, he'll understand that. Brady was the same way. He liked to run when he was younger.
Listen, you build that Donald Trump wall around this quarterback, man. Forget about the Mexican border. We put it right here in Philadelphia in front of this quarterback for the next 10 years. That's where the wall has to be built.
So after we win Sunday, then we can concentrate on getting multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah. Imagine that.
We
don't multiple nothing around.
No.
We thought we had multiple World Series. We just shot that down.
No.
Multiple.
We'll see how it goes.
Last time we multiple is the Stanley Cup.
That's it.
And this city still is the Broad Street Boys.
Yep.
45 years ago, we're still recognized as the Broad Street Boys. Half of them are freaking dying. They're all in canes now, yet they're still that's the barometer here. Those two championship teams are the barometer of what sports is in this town.
Well, maybe on
somebody
Sunday
wins 2 in a row, it's still going to be always the Flyers.
Maybe on Sunday we'll start something new.
Yeah. Well,
hopefully.
This is a football town.
Yeah,
It
always will be.
Yep. And then, of course, I can't wait to see the Golf afterwards. I mean, that's my big the Golf.
Oh, yeah.
What, they got him down in his basement now with a little background down there?
Stuck him in the hole.
They can't get him out. He's got a contract. They can't get him out of it.
He took a turn for the worse real quick. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Like last year, he was on, the podium. Now he's in the basement in the corner, and he can't put 2 words together.
Here's the deal. Well, first of all, he's got a nice little buzz going. Second of all, he must have cut some kind of sweetheart deal with Comcast back when they were first getting the stadiums or whatever. When he was I guess he was the governor or whatever. So he must have made some kind of deal where he's a part of this show till he's dead. Yeah. Because I can't imagine they're a Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl team, and they got to put him on and get his analysis. This is the NFL. You got Seth Joyner sitting there and Ray Dinger, and they got to listen to this clown.
It's a bad analysis.
I mean, come on, man. You see Ray. Ray's got his head down. He's like, oh my God, how did I get to that? I'm a Hall of Famer. And Seth knows his football.
Yes, he does.
And he's got to listen to Gov comment on what he had to say. This guy never threw a football before. It's embarrassing, man. If you're out of town, you come in, you see, well, what are you coming to the Gov for?
It's funny.
And not anymore.
It is.
It's gotten sad with him in there.
Yeah, but it's something they could change up and throw like a guy like.
Listen, you got Barkan there, bobbling and boobing with his class. I mean, he's a clown. He's a roadie clown. I mean, come on.
Gov is pickled, and
Yeah, I want to see Bart. What's his name? The other guy. What's it? Not Barnett. The other dude. The defensive. Brooks. I want to see Brooks, Ray, and Joyner. Tell me about my football. All those guys got something to do with football. These other 2 guys are just jokers.
Yeah.
Those blue glasses that he wears. Come on, who's telling him he's got to wear those glasses?
White call.
I don't be wrapped up on him, man.
That's his wife's call on that.
Yeah.
Blue glasses. That's not him. That's his wife saying.
He wears a lot of blue shirts now too, just to show them all.
Funny stuff.
Yeah. That's. I guess that's Comcast, NBC being hip. To the whole thing.
They get something for him to talk about.
So
nobody likes him.
Your alarm's going off.
I mean, she ate that damn thing already. You believe that?
Who's the guy?
I think she quit on that.
No, I'm telling you, she didn't quit on it. It's amazing what she does to that thing. Piece of lumber. It's a Yorkie and a piece of lumber.
Who's the guy that announces all the past football great games of all time?
John Facenda.
I want
the voice of the NFL, John Facenda.
And I want to see him announce this game.
Been dead a long time, my friend.
It's not coming back,
can't even scrape him
Who's
up
taking his
anymore.
place? Anybody?
Well, the other guy, what you call for the Phillies, used to do it.
Harry the K used to do. He used to do it inside the NFL.
Another Philadelphia guy does it now. He used to do the Phillies game. He does it, but he didn't have that voice.
Could you imagine that Minnesota?
Yeah.
Minus 10 degrees.
No, but they're indoor, bro.
During the dome.
Yeah, but that's
outside. They got a blizzard going on down there. You have a Super Bowl in a town with a blizzard. You can't even show off your town now because everybody's stuck in the hotel rooms. You know, I don't get it. This is Minnesota. This is their second Super Bowl in 10 years, I think. Yeah, one before. What's so good about Minnesota? You get 2 Super Bowls.
Even Detroit, the Silver Dome always had them. It was like minus 10 when the Niners played Cincinnati in 1980.
Bring that thing. Keep that thing in Florida, man. Keep it where it's going. Where people want to go. You know, East Coast it.
And now you got Atlanta next year.
Yeah. Atlanta. Well, that's because of the stadium. It's like Disney World there. Sure. You know, that's how it is.
Pasadena.
Yeah, you can't.
Arizona.
To me,
New Orleans,
I would just put
Miami.
New Orleans every year, New Orleans, or every year Las Vegas.
I agree.
It goes in the same spot every
Vegas,
year.
that would be great.
Can you imagine if it's in Vegas? Is in Vegas?
Wow.
It is going to be such, you know.
Half the players won't make it to the game.
Oh, my God.
Listen, they got a hockey team right now that's making the bookies crazy.
They're going to need to build 5 more hotels out there with the first Super Bowl. Because let me tell you something. How, you know, especially if it's 2 popular teams.
Their hockey team is doing so well there with the fandom and the way they're playing. Don't be surprised they start moving to other teams in Las Vegas. I don't think the NFL will do it because there's a big there's a connection there. You gotta be careful with that. The injury list makes that a little tough.
Yeah.
My brother's a season ticket holder for the
Vegas team.
Yeah, he lives out there.
Best team in hockey right now, man.
He's a season ticket holder. I was going to go out for the Flyers, but
best team in hockey.
Put the kibosh on that.
Yeah. Hockey in Vegas.
But yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up here a little bit. We're going to, we'll be replaying this thing 10, 15 times for the next 30 years because it's the Super Bowl show, the first sports Goombahs Super Bowl show with a, an absorbent amount of people here today. 1, 2, 5. I got 6 people in my. I didn't got 6 people in the studio.
It's an important game.
It's big. It's big. Yep.
It's an important game.
Every game is
this week has been going so dragging. Every week I start on Monday and I'm like, next thing I know it's Sunday again. Now I feel like
this was a long week. Yep.
Nothing's gotten done around the house.
We had 2 buys this year as a football team.
Right.
Actually, we had 3 buys, didn't we? We had 3 buys this year as a football team. That's amazing, man. You think about that. That's that helps too.
Sure.
But the situation when Billy and I talked about a lot, to have the home field advantage like this isn't going to come around too often.
Right.
And the way I look at the NFL right now, if you think about it, look at the teams that are coming up the rear. It really isn't anybody really scaring anybody. I mean, the Vikings are going to take a step back because they have quarterback problems. Saints, how long Drew Brees is like Brady is getting old.
Rams.
Seattle's got to change. Yeah, Rams, and another young team like that. So there's not. And on the other side, who? If you had to lay the money down on a team like you did this year on the Eagles, and not the Eagles, and somebody else in the NFC, in the AFC, who would you lay it on? I'd go with Houston. That's the only ones because they still had their quarterback Deshaun. If he would have gone
Watson,
he would have stayed in. They would have been competitive.
I think they would have been.
That's the only team I see coming up in the NFC because everybody else is getting old.
Yep.
Raiders disappointed this year, though they'll have Gruden there, which I don't know what that's going to do over there.
Pittsburgh will make another run. They got a pretty solid team.
Same thing with the quarterback there. There's nothing coming up the rear there.
For the talent that Pittsburgh has, and I understand on paper, but the talent that they have on paper, and I get it that the game's not played on paper, but they have potential 4 or 5 Hall of Famer type players on their team, and they can't get past
Patriots.
Well, who did they lose to this year? They could have get.
See, the AFC, there's no more Manning to worry about, and once Brady's gone, it's up for grabs now. That's been the whole problem there, And Jacksonville looks good, and the Titans are getting better. But I mean, there isn't that quarterback that's out there right now, except over here. That's it.
The East is much tougher. The NFC is much tougher than any of those.
But if I'm wagering next year, I'm going to put it. If I got to make a crazy bet, Houston's that's the team I would. The money's the line's going to be good for them. You better make some chunk money on that one. For the most part. On this side, forget about it, man. There's nobody. Giants. Well, I picked them to win it all this year. What, they win 4 games? Eli, mofo.
I think 3.
Yeah, 3. Did they win 3?
I think 3.
Not that many. Well, they got a new coach too. Odell Numbnuts will be back next year, so there's a waste.
You guys know who's announcing the games?
Yeah, we got
Al
Michaels,
Chris Collinsworth. Chris Collinsworth. Yeah. Al Michaels, I like. I can live with Michaels, but Collinsworth, he's just.
I think he gets a bad rap, but I think he's actually pretty good. If you listen to him, I actually like him. I actually don't mind him.
He out-analyzes players,
but I like him.
He's a good analysis.
He has his favorites.
He loves everybody.
Yeah.
And he hates everybody.
Know that too.
Look at this guy. He's the best.
Well, he's definitely a flow announcer. He'll flow with the game for sure. He goes from one side to the other as the movement happens back and forth. But then again, that's what they do. I would like to see Tony Romo in there. I'm liking Tony Romo. He gives me the whole game. He don't shut up. He's the new Madden.
Go to Texas.
He's the new Madden, man.
Not for that game. No. Tony
Romo.
I
know. I get that. We don't want none of that bad aura coming to this game in any shape or form.
I'd take Al Michaels and Troy Aikman.
He took the words right from my mouth.
I like Aikman.
What was up with Aikman last week, 2 weeks ago? Man, bloodshot eyes.
Yeah.
He looked like he was sick there, man. Either drinking or he was, got the shingles or something.
As much as I hated Aikman when he was playing, man, he's a heck of an announcer.
Oh, yeah.
He's a very good announcer.
He's on top of the game. He's
really good.
And he's not a homer.
He's not.
He doesn't aggravate you when he talks.
Love watching the game when he's doing it.
Yeah, he's good at this though. That's why Fox has him as another one. I don't mind Joe Buck. I mean, Joe Buck gets a bad rap too, but if you think about what Joe Buck does, he just gets a bad rap. I think people just don't like him. But the way he does the game, he gets excited. He gets, and the ball's out. That's his line. Like in baseball, he goes, and it's down, the ball's down. That's his 2 line. Ball's out, ball's down. That's his things, Hey, he's old man. He's got to keep up with the Jones.
He was on the radio. He was on a radio show I caught. He was saying he knows he catches a lot of heat.
I caught him on Stern a couple times. And he opened up. He even said some bad words too. I was on there as well. He's capable of that.
But I don't think I just think he got a bad name because they don't talk great about your team.
Yeah,
they always see they always seem like they're rooting for the other team. But for the most part, they're pretty good.
I couldn't give a shit about this year, and I'm tired of giving a shit about these damn Super Bowl commercials. Because of the disappointment in these things for the past 10, 15 years is always they make that big deal, and they make you sit there and you focus on these commercials, and they're all bad.
I don't even watch them. The commercials, to me, that's when you go get a plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Fill the plate up, get a beer, and watch the game.
And now they got the divider where they still keep you there for the 30-second timeouts where they got the commercial running with. That's the new college started that. Now the pros are starting to put that stuff. They don't want you leaving that TV screen.
Keeps you there.
Yeah, split screen. What's going to happen on a timeout?
Keeps you there.
Yeah, right. I wonder why it does that because there's no play going on, but the fact that you see the field, you don't leave your seat. It's just that the ingenious of the crap that they do to keep you around.
$5 million a minute.
I'll tell you what, for a commercial that you're still on, that the game's still on, it's got to be more than that. It keeps you there. I'm not even taking a piss if I see field. You know what I mean?
Dilly.
Philly, man.
Dilly kind of grew on me a little bit because it got funny after the first couple of commercials. Like, oh man, that's so stupid. Then they started putting it in spots. Then you started seeing on shows, outside of the commercials, people are using the line. Now it's, listen, they're a lot smarter than we are when it comes to
sell.
They're not. I don't know if you saw the background to that, but the guy who came up with it, they tested the commercial before they put all this money, and it tested horribly. Like they, test people before they made it a big campaign. It tested horribly. Everyone who saw it hated it, and the guy just pushed forward. He believed in it and pushed it out, and it's like the biggest promotion now that Bud Light is.
Well, the dilly, that's it. It's like a clicky. It almost makes you throw up, but then it makes you thirsty too at the same time. So then they got something there, something like that.
No doubt.
All right, guys, good show. We broadcast this thing as soon as I get the text. Sorry about the delay of this thing. You know how it is. Like when you're the talent, and the tech. As I get older here, and I can prove that to you because today, tech-wise, they just fitted me with my new CPAP machine. You guys got CPAPs around here?
Not yet.
Oh, you should see this thing they got now, man. With this kind of mask I have, it's Art Deco. It's nice. It's quiet. The dog loves it. I love it. Shut up,
Art
Vic.
Deco.
You got to get a CPAP, dude. It's the greatest thing ever.
Got to get one.
Hey, give us a score. Mitch.
Me, 31-7.
Yeah.
Wow.
31-7. I said I don't think Brady makes it through the first half. He gets injured. Concussion protocol. You'll see him in a little green tent over there with his wife.
It's only a 15-yard penalty, right?
Yeah, 15 yards. And what are they going to do? Fine you?
34-17.
I mean, you know what? I'm taking
who's their backup?
Me.
Edelman. He's a protocol
Their backup is
I don't know.
yeah, it's some.
He's the guy who played those 4
I want the freaking balls weighed. I want the balls weighed.
balls weighed.
I want the freaking cameras checked. I want to make sure he's got no spies
No
in my
cell
freaking
phones.
locker room looking up my asshole.
Check
I
the
want all this
cleats.
stuff.
Check the cleats.
The cleats, everything.
I want everything checked, check.
Yeah, you're gonna steal. What's his name? Poor Arlen Specter, who's only around to see this again. Remember, he tried to take it to court back when he said that they stole my Super Bowl from me.
Yeah.
You imagine he was still around on this Super Bowl?
Right.
He had the feds in there. They wouldn't be in Washington right now. They'd be at this game making sure everything was safe.
Right, I better check it all.
They got this guy Brian Hoyer. They say he's the backup quarterback for New England.
Hoyer,
Never heard of him.
Brian Hoyer. Oh yeah,
Brian Hoyer.
Hoyer. Yeah, Hoyer was a starter for Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one that took over for what's his name, Manziel. When Manziel lost his head.
So you're saying Brady gets hurt in the first quarter, and it's a Foles versus Hoyer Super Bowl.
Yeah, pretty much. Why not?
Just the way
That's the way it's been going now the whole line,
Why
right?
not? Yeah.
You would have thought different, you know?
I got a close game, 33-27.